Okay, let's do this. Let's finish off chapter 15. Now, before we do anything, we want to run around the top because we've got another Antonio's notes. This is one of the last ones. Ithaval CEO number 1. The Ithaval Group holds complete control over Vigrid, planning the city and arming it to the teeth, all while using rhetorical flourishes to conceal the conglomerate's many dark facets. The company's vast political and economic power has created an island held as a symbol of modernity, easily dealt with at the symbol's very centre. The conglomerate's top stands a man said to be a descendant of the long-departed Lumen, a man who has earned the adoration of the people, Baldur. Baldur is, as they say, a mystery wrapped in an enigma. If he truly is one of the descendants of the Lumen, that would mean that his blood in his veins has been pumping since their extermination some 500 years ago. However, even if you look back through decades of Vigrid's records, there is no knowledge of anyone of Lumen lineage. Furthermore, if you search for information on his hometown, schooling, work, history, or family, you find that it has all been forged. There is no record of his life before Ithaval, nor are there any stories of unimpeachable veracity. It seems like he's been hiding details of his life ever since his birth. I've already chronicled the unprecedented military expansion and turbulent next-generation energy research in Vigrid. However, a man who has for years or even decades hidden the fact of his life, yeah. You get the picture, you can probably read it faster than I can. Now, on this particular floor there is, are some flaming affinities, so get ready to murder them. Because, as you know, they're angels, so they deserve to be brutally slaughtered. Now, I have to say, I both really like and really detest this room. Because visually it's really stunning. Because you've got the statue in the middle, you've got all the glowy stuff all around the top. The only annoying thing is that it's an annoying room to get through. Because, as you will see, we have to run across disappearing platforms. Which is not nearly as fun as it should be. It's no Mega Man levels of it's not Mega Man levels of falling platform evilness, but it's not perfect. Especially when you do what I just did there and make it so that you have to wait for it all to move around. Which was a very, very stupid move on my part, but I wanted to protect myself from falling and getting any more damage. Because at this point I'm in a potentially dangerous position in terms of health, because there's a decent amount of the level left. So I just want to make sure that I'm good to go. Now, throughout, well, in this chapter, you can see loads of bits of angelic script about, which is quite awesome. Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem to mean anything, which kind of sucks, but, oh well. Now, something that I don't know whether I've mentioned, is that the halos on all of the angels seem to say light, lead, hope, saving, wisdom, birth, complete. Which sounds a bit like gobbledygook, but it's just quite awesome that it's there. Now, this verse is evil, because basically it requires you to cross over 2 different platforms that I think are almost on opposite sides of the room, to fight all of the angels, which is just a really dick move. Because it just takes a while to traverse. Although, to be honest, it could be a hell of a lot worse. So, I can't completely complain. And now that we have done that, we've got to, I believe, make our way to the top of the room. Although we must not. Oh, okay, we're alright. Because we must not go to the bit with the door just yet. That's because the bit with the doors is where we need to go. No. Oh. Gosh darn it. Oh. But yeah, basically, the bit with the doors is where we need to go, and we don't want to be going there just yet, because we want to get our final resting places and our final Antonio's notes. And to get them, we need to utilise these platforms. So there we go, that is our last Moon Pearl of the entire game, I believe. And there is our last resting place. And right over here is the last Antonio's notes. Interval CEO number 2. There remains one thing that worries me about Boulder. There are rumours that he's been partaking in the game of the Lumen Sage, in other words, feverishly hunting out any remaining Umbra witches, in order to facilitate his next-generation energy research. It is hard to believe that a member of that clan, thought to have crumbled away 500 years ago, still remains unbeknownst to the world at large. However, when considering that they are purported to have wielded the power to oversee history, blah 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 blah. And of course, while the sound of research into next-generation energy is incredibly attractive, the marvellous ascent of Boulder, as well as his startup company, and his control of an arsenal of armament and fortifications, has all been conducted under a cover of total media control. Could one honestly say that all this secrecy would be needed for something that has peaceful uses? Another troubling sign is the ease of which one can acquire information regarding the Ithavol conglomerate as of late. Basically, he's probably leaking information. And if you make that assumption, then there's no way out. Yeah. So I think this pretty much leads us to knowing what happened to Antonio, and to my beloved son. If you find this page undestroyed and in the hands of another, that means something has happened to me. I wrote these notes in case the very if should come to pass. However, it still makes me wonder how far I will have gotten on my journey. Maybe I've been able to grasp some sort of truth from the darkness and confusion. Maybe I've been able to give my son the understanding of what it means to truly believe. To the son I love more than anything in this world, if you are the one to read this, forgive me for throwing myself into work and thinking of my family so little. I am a foolish man, much too attached to my beliefs and entirely unable to change. I am sure that this has caused you immeasurable trauma. Now you set off on your own journey down this long, hard road we call life. However, as a father, I have nothing I can teach you, and even less I can leave you. Hopefully you will remember the short time I spent with you as a token of my love. I pray that it will become for you a roadmap to a life of substance. And so, we finally get the information that Antonio Redgrave is in fact Luca's father, which makes Luca's last name Redgrave. Now I don't know whether I have brought this up yet, but Antonio Redgrave is a very blatant reference to Devil May Cry, because Tony Redgrave is the alias that Dante uses. Not quite sure where, but he definitely uses it somewhere. Also, I was an idiot for having Gaze of Despair equipped for this fight, because this is probably the most violent that the Golem is ever going to get. So don't have Gaze of Despair equipped, just save you trouble. Also, I should have had Celine's light on for most of this game, rather than Polly's butterfly, because Celine's light's the most helpful to me. Because basically what it does is it, if you get hit, you immediately go into witch time. If you have the magic to do it. So it's a very helpful technique. And at this point, I was just like, oh god, my health. Am I going to make it? I mean, the main thing that you want to do is try and stay close to the Golem. So that he does the fists more than anything. Because his ones that are further away are much harder to avoid. And they still can't learn how to catch. Blummin' heck. You guys need to do better at this, you know. Now I bet some of you are thinking, oh, it's all good, the chapter's over, we don't have anything left to do. If you're thinking that, you don't know Bayonetta. Because it's not over till it's over. And right now, yes, I need Sharaba to make this easier on me. Because what we have up here is the end of our boss rush. Now, Prudence here is relatively easy to defeat. If only because, I mean, if you have Sharaba equipped, then you can get him out the way quite quickly. Because what you've got to do is you've got to hit him quickly. Well, you've got to kill him quickly enough so that you don't get caught by the flames behind you. And kind of keep getting enough damage on him that it'll move up. Which is rather annoying when you go into witch time at situations like that, but oh well. It's quite. I mean, it's a really cool set piece. But just sometimes it's like, okay, you just need to chill. Anyway, that is Prudence dead, and the building's blowing up. So I think we need to run. Now, I do believe that you need to. Well, pretty much, if you just go into Beast Within and just run, you won't get hit by this. This I'm pretty sure you won't. Even if you get engulfed in it, you can still manage to get out. But yes, now that was the last verse of chapter 15. And now all we have to do is get this thing to fly. Now, the text on these bridges reads, "Here is where realities meet." And also, I believe, there are the words, here is where we become one, with TACAP 23, TACAP 23258, and TACAP 28, as well as around the door, the god revives me from among the dead.
You want to touch me?
So, let's move on through to the penultimate chapter of the game. I'd say I'm really proud of that run of chapter 15, because it's very difficult. I'm surprised I got as many pure platinums as I did. Either way, just got another angel attack to do, and then we can get on to the next chapter, which is absolutely spectacular. So, now that we have climbed the tower, it is time to begin Chapter 16, The Lumen Sage.